Oh, yeah. What they gonna do? Mm-hmm. Let's see what we're gonna get here. Phone on silent. The city has a door there. It's live 6. Live 7. Oh, what we got? Oh. Interesting. Keep it coming. The lighting looks ample. Let's see. We got a minute to go. Stand by to stand by. Lighting. Audio sounds right. It looks good. I wonder if this audio is picking up too. I don't know. Ten seconds. Oh yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome. Welcome. Justin R. Harris here with KW Reserve up in West Palm Beach. That is my home office location. You guys know what I do. real estate investments, both commercial, residential investments, trading. We talk about crypto, not a guru there. I am the dude when it comes to talking about your real estate investments. And I'm not afraid to tell you that, right? Welcome on this beautiful Saturday. It's gorgeous outside right now, February 19, 2022. Let's get it on. You guys see the topic, right? Wanted to talk about a little bit of real estate discussion here. All too often, I'm getting in conversations with other professionals that explain the lack of knowledge that a lot of real estate agents have. And I'm not bashing my fellow realtors. What I'm saying is you need to take your craft more seriously. This is not a part-time job, or you will see part-time results. This is not a job, actually. I don't see it as a job. It's so funny, when I said the word job, I kind of felt like this stab. Ow! It's not a job, because this is not 9 to 5. This is in and out. It's breathing. It's every day. It's all the time. And I enjoy it, just like I enjoy breathing. Because I do genuinely like helping people reach their financial goals, right? And going further than that, those who actually want to apply it and listen, right? Because there's a lot of people that don't. I give them advice and it's like, did that just go over your head? You want to ring it all back? You know, sometimes when someone's giving you information, that's not the right time for you to absorb it. You know, fair enough. I get it. And sometimes it's exactly right, and you just don't adhere. You don't do it. Maybe you don't trust my knowledge. I don't know. I feel like I'm speaking like Agent Smith in the Matrix. Well, Neo. Anyway, that was horrible. I felt like I was in the moment. Okay. But yeah, the thing is, and that's how I'm going to segue in today's topic. We're going to have this real estate discussion as I twiddle my beard here. This nice new growth, mustache. Yeah. And we're going to get in depth on the real estate IQ is kind of what I want to, it's, you know, you can wonder why, or you can be a part of changes and the decision making, which means you're on the forefront, or you can just watch things happen, right? There's like those three different types of people: those who watch, those who wonder what happened, and then those that are doing, right? Making mistakes along the way, and do learn, grow, and keep going forward, right? Fail forward, right? So, it's interesting because that is so. I just watched a bicyclist almost get killed in the street. I cannot believe people when they cross the intersection. Anyway, my view. So when I'm talking to you and I'm looking out there at this beautiful sky and the ocean and all that great stuff, and this little three-way intersection here as bicyclists are riding along the ocean and are nearly killing themselves thinking they have right of way through an intersection. It's amazing. Anyway, I think that we do need to cover these things. I don't have a huge audience. Okay. I have people that watch. And as my YouTube channel grows and grows and grows, which just takes consistency, people will watch the videos and be like, geez, Justin was dropping knowledge back then. He called out a lot of stuff that happened before it happened. Like, he just had amazing foresight. The guy is so knowledgeable. Wow. Let me watch more of his videos. What is he talking about? Yes. It's amazing. You know, I stay on top of my craft. I watch other mentors that are relevant in the real estate industry. Those that are not just trying to entertain us to death and actually are dropping incredible information. And then I also love my day trading, which I've become quite the connoisseur. I'm getting pretty good. And it's so funny because I can call out the people that are just full of it right now. So it's nice being able to see that level of clarity with my trading, and understanding myself. Well, you grow with your trading. So, people are like, oh, I've always wanted to try. I'm like, just don't get crazy. It's more about disciplining yourself than it is about anything else. Um, that's never been more true. And it's so funny because I can catch myself about to do something I shouldn't do, and I'll stop, and then there it goes. There's the market. Yeah, I told you. Oh, did you look at that? You skipped a step, didn't you? Stuff like that. So anyway, hey, let's move right into it. Right before we do that, like, subscribe, follow for the Facebook part of it. Click the little indicator so you can be notified when I'm dropping this stuff. I need the likes. I need the follows. I need the subscribes. All right. I need to get that in gear. You know what I need to do is I need to market this more. I really don't. I am busy. I need to arrange that schedule, part of my schedule, a little better. I have to find a point in my day where I can market the work that I'm putting in on here. You have to watch what you're doing. If you're not putting yourself in check and you're depending on others to do it, then you're going to fail more often than you succeed, right? So you have to hold yourself accountable. So getting right into it, I actually went straight to the floridarealtors.org topic because they're talking about sellers, right? It's very relevant conversation. Sellers with real estate. Okay, not sellers in other ways. Real estate. And what I wanted to get into was the fact that realtors really need to take this craft a little more seriously. Okay. If you can, please stop part-timing this. If there is other work that you do that is clearly not real estate related by any aptitude, the best advice I can give you is don't tell anyone. Because if I wasn't a realtor and I'm just a savvy dude who wants to invest in property and what have you, the last thing I want is a person handling my financial affairs. And one, I can't get a hold of you because you're at work. Anyone that's a realtor knows that people like to get a hold of you. Two, at obscene hours sometimes, and for obvious reasons, you don't answer the phone. All right. Two, it's, if you have to pay bills in other ways and real estate's just not doing it, I get it, right? But real estate is not something that produces on its own. Real estate produces what you give it, right? What you put into this industry is what you get out of it, right? So if you are an agent and you're new to the game, you have to start developing the proper habits, the daily habits of self-management. Probably the first thing, I would recommend reading books by like Peter Drucker, who is phenomenal with business management. As a matter of fact, he's so good. I believe, Harvard or Yale has written, their business management program was based on. I don't know if they're still using, a lot of his teachings. I'm sure a significant amount of it is if they don't refer back to him. But I mean, like, you have to have serious self-management. You don't wake up whenever you want, right? You start your day when you're supposed to start your day, early, as if you're reporting into someone else, right? Report to yourself. Get up, get out of the house. Don't do real estate at home because you're more likely to do other things like your dishes and your laundry and oh, you know what, I should clip my nails while I'm reading this book. Things like that. Like, no, get out of the house, change your environment and go do it elsewhere. And guess what? As a result of that, you start meeting people too. So people are like, oh, who are you? Next thing you know, conversation starts to generate, and somehow you get a client because they respect that you are out doing, because you're out studying real estate. If you're sitting down, you're reading a book about a great real estate mogul or investor, or the Peter Drucker book, like I said, any one of his business management books and philosophies of management. And people will see that and be like, wow, like, I want that person, right? Just because you're out practicing the right habits, you get out and you do that and you put your time into your craft. You're constantly studying. So why am I saying all that? As I get into this topic that you guys are like, what the hell is he going to talk about? I am telling you what I'm talking about. And the problem is sellers are out there. They have no confidence in realtors. That's why the for sale by owner market is starting to increase. I've literally had people tell me, man, I've been burned so many times by agents that have screwed up this or screwed up that. And I'm telling them before they even tell me what the deal was, and they start to begin to tell me where the agent screwed up. I'm like, stop right there. So what should have happened was, and they're like, yeah, I found that out after the fact. I'm like, wow, where are these people? What are they doing? Why are they doing this? This is your investment. Shame on you as a homeowner trusting this person. But then again, if you don't know what a realtor is supposed to do for you, then you don't know. And then as a result, you are, you're almost conned into doing real estate with this person who has fronted like they're good at it and they're a professional when really they're not, or they're part-timing it. And, you're kind of their test dummy as they try to grow and become better, learning through making mistakes on your investment. Whoa, right? Problem. And so as a result, they're not trusting, and it's hurting. It hurts the market because of this, what I'm going to read to you guys. This is the reason why it's hurting the market and why I had to tell you guys about this. So I'm going to get right into this. Straight from FloridaRealtors.org news. So this is happening live in Florida right now. As you guys know, this market is hot. Survey: sellers waiting out pandemic are ready to list. Okay, this is sounding optimistic for a second here. Owners who postponed selling during the pandemic, perhaps waiting for a sign that price increases were slowing, appear to be ready to list their home within the next 6 months. Doesn't say list with an agent. I want you guys to be clear with that, because I've even had mortgage people say, hey, you know what? I go and sometimes I check and I confirm on Zillow, and I'm like, whoa, why? I don't trust it. But anyway, because these are the tools and these are the things that people are using because, one, branding. Okay, Zillow has branded themselves. And once again, I'm not trying to defame Zillow. I respect them as a company and they're doing what they do. They've had some faults in the road. All right. So I'm just using them as a pointer here. I don't have time to be getting sued by a major corporation who is clearly making way more money than me and making mistakes that they can afford to make, and I cannot. Right. So my point is this is what's happening right now. These people, they're going to list. Maybe themselves, they will list it because they don't trust. Many, however, plan to overprice it, and they expect bidding wars to push the final price even higher. What? This is the mindset right now. This is the mindset. Santa Clara, California, homeowners have had all the usual reasons to sell over the past 2 years: marriages, deaths, children, etc. But many hunkered down during the pandemic, and some feared the housing market because selling might be easy, but finding a home not so much. That's true. This is what's going on. A survey conducted by Harris X, that's not me. It's interesting. My last name's so common. for Realtor.com, however, suggests that many of those people might be planning to list their home in 2022, with 65% of them planning to do so this winter, okay, just passed, and spring coming up. The survey of 2583 consumers was conducted online September through October. Okay, so obviously that was towards the end of the last 2 quarters of last year, right? Many sellers, however, want to set an asking price higher than they think their home is worth, because this is the strategy that they are trying to set as a negotiation factor, right? What? And they expect buyer bidding wars. The pandemic has delayed plans for many Americans and homeowners looking to move on to the next stage of life after, no exception, right? Buyers should be ready for high asking prices and offer deadlines, as seller expectations of the upcoming market are greater in the spring, but an increased new sellers could mean some relief from the inventory crunch, says the planning. So that's not how this works, sellers. It's not how this works. Buyers dictate, right? Because if someone sees your home and decides it's worth it, they're going to pay for it. Cash buyer. A buyer who is getting funding. Not so much. Banks aren't playing that game. I know a few mortgagors that are telling me, okay, I have a laundry list of qualified buyers that cannot buy a home all through last year, that have almost burned out and don't even believe they can get a home. That's a problem. They're qualified. They have the money. They have cash to put down, but they're getting beat out by a cash buyer that is paying overprice for a home they should not be. So you got all these people ready to go, hot and ready. There is not enough inventory, okay? And then so as a result, the sellers are playing stupid games, right? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So as a result, what do we got? Well, we got a problem, okay? Because if this is the route that we're going to continue to go with these unrealistic sales, and then the banks not being able to do it, you're going to start seeing a serious issue with the banks. The banks are going to be trying to do everything they can. There's probably going to be new stipulations and laws, maybe caps on how high you can go with an asking price. Things like that are going to start to arise, just to try to hinder or control. It's all about control. And when you have gas prices jumping the way they are right now, you have shelves in grocery stores and clothing stores and retail not full. They're running out of supply. When you have builder prices for new construction jumping up to $400 a square foot, when you have nonsense like this happening, we have a problem, Houston. We have a problem. And it's our own fault. We're doing this. When will sellers list? Among homeowners who seem prepared to enter the market into next year, 65% will do so within 6 months, including 19% who have already listed their homes. That's great because they do plan to sell for whatever reason. See, people are going to live their lives, right? People have reasons for selling, the same exact reasons that you normally would. They're moving on in life, okay? Compared to the spring, 76% more prospective sellers, 93% have already taken steps towards listing their home, including working with an agent, which is about 28% of that number, okay? So you do have some of those that are trusting. Now, let me tell you guys something for those who might be sellers that are watching this right now. Why would you list with an agent? I'm going to tell you why. Because unless you're trying to sit there and hold on to your home and play this game without representation and the full knowledge in the negotiations and the legal factors involved and the protection of all the compliances required to effectively sell your home without being sued on the back end by an agent that's doing their job, of course. Um, and getting the deal closed sooner because the price is set to sell and not to play games. Okay. That's why you get an agent. Better than that, whatever it is that you do for a 9 to 5 or whatever you call a career, okay, if I told you that I can do your job and I know nothing about your job, it would be pretty much a slap in your face, wouldn't it? Like, how are you going to belittle me? Like, I've been doing this for years. This is what I do. You think you can just do my job and you know nothing about it? Exactly my point. So if you have a skilled agent, and keyword skilled, right? Call me. All right. um, and, uh, and you talk to them, let them do their job. They're going to get you the highest and best for your home, okay? And you don't have to think about it. All you need to think about is, what am I going to do with that money, right? Where am I going to go? Oh, I'm going to do this vacation. Oh, you know what? I got to deal with the movers. Some agents will even do that for you, right? They'll go that extra mile for you. You have some really great, amazing people out there that enjoy helping you, okay? Let them, right? Yes, they want to get paid. No one does anything for free, okay? There needs to be an income. Why would you want to shut them down on how much money they're going to make? Especially if they're telling you, hey, listen, we're going to sell this and we need to do a 6% commission. So if I'm telling you there needs to be a 6% commission and you're telling me that your reverse net, which is how much you need to walk away with at the end, needs to be this number. And then we take our two goals and we look at what your house actually sells for and how much you actually owe if it's not all paid off and how much all your fees are going to be, which is the reverse net. Then we can come to a reality on where we actually list your property after we've seen all that. And we look at the comparables in your neighborhood. Okay. Whoa. Right. Everything I just out to you is what a seasoned agent should just be on the toes about. They should be able to spit that out like common sense, like breathing. Like I said, real estate is it's every day. This is what I do. Right. So that's what I'm talking about here, because that's a problem. And when you start losing the trust of people, you lose your product, and your product is you, right? And if you don't put your skills into it, if you're not reading books, if you're not constantly sharpening yourself, if you're not staying on top of what's going on in the market, not just real estate, understand the economy, get a little more involved, take yourself seriously, right? That's why I wanted to do this real estate discussion today, because although it's very one-sided, it's just me talking to you, right? We need to cover this because, here's what I foresee. All these people who ran out there and started wanting to learn how to trade or wanting to learn how to do real estate because they think that it's glorious, or they want the easy way out because they think it's the easy way out. You're going to screw yourself. You're going to end up going back to your craft as everything starts to settle down. I feel like we're going backwards right now when it comes to the economy. We're going to be back in the 90s where everything was a grind and people are working 2 and 3 jobs. And then you either have those that were smart with their money and did it all, or those that aren't, right? And that are on the grind. This is the circle we're going through right now because history repeats itself. And we're playing with these numbers and we're screwing ourselves. I'm not even going to get political. So it's a problem. Okay. Supply and demand, simple economics. Come on. It's a dangerous circle. I cut my hair today, and it's so funny when you cut your hair. And although you take a shower and you swear all the little stubbles are gone, you still find them. This is good stuff. Thanks, Yeti. I like this cup. They're not a sponsor, by the way. So, yes, we need to be smarter about what we do. Look, if I have a doctor and I have a specialist, I don't know, a urologist. I don't even know why that came up in my head, right? That's who I need. So if I'm talking to my urologist, you call yourself this title. One thing for sure that should never pop up in my head is I wonder if they part-time this and they're a urologist by 5 o'clock, and then from 5 to freaking 10 they work at 7-Eleven, or no disrespect to you guys, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, I need to change my doctor. You know what I'm saying? Nor should my urologist be giving me real estate advice, right? Like, all I need to know from you is what is going on with my bladder and my kidneys, and I don't even know if I'm even saying that right in the right spectrum. I should not, right? I'm science savvy, but to a degree, it's only because it's not my thing, right? It's not my craft. I don't sharpen it. So yes, that's a problem, and we're getting into it. And honestly, here's being real with you. If this isn't something you're going to take seriously, my fellow real estate agents, stop, because you're hurting the craft and you're scaring away our customers, right? They're losing faith and they're running around out there thinking they're doing it for themselves. And as a result, I'm watching people screw themselves over on deals that they didn't even know they were screwing themselves on. Two brains are better than one. Imagine, right? I'm not perfect, and I go over deals and I look at the whole spectrum of it all, and then we're both talking about it, and you come up with some things that maybe I overlooked as well. That's two brains. That's excellent. This is my craft, but you know what? Everybody slips and forgets or doesn't cover all the bases, which is why a team is better than an individual, right? So just think about that for a second. So if you're trying to already sell your home or your commercial property or your investment, whatever it is you have going on your own, knowing damn well, okay, that there are other skills that you have way sharper, then you shouldn't be investing your time into trying to be a salesperson now as well. No. And at the same time, you should not be telling the agent what the property should be selling for just because you have an idea, simply because you told your friend and your friend told you that their neighbor sold theirs for this price and they have the same square footage as you and you should list for this price too. What is this freaking pigeon gossip that's going on here? Wrong answer. All right. You're comparing a banana to an apple. All right. No, wrong. Okay. That's not how it works. That's not how you figure out your pricing. Your home does not get bigger because you cut a bedroom in half. None of those things. No, and no. Sweat equity does not count for as much value as you think, especially in this market. All right. And that is why lenders, and I'm only saying all of this because if you really think about it, if we took away the fact that people are trying to capitalize on the new buyer coming down here desperately wanting property, then the price would not go up. The price would go compared to what it's supposed to be. So it would not be, you would not allow the bidding war, right? So if you don't allow the bidding war and you're literally like, okay, this person came in at this price, right? Now this is just saying, regardless, yeah, people like to offer more, and you were like, no, well, I've done my comps and really the house should be priced at this number. So we accepted your offer. Let's go through the deal. Okay. Now, people are like, why would you do that? Make more money. Yes. So I'm just explaining what if we didn't, right? We could what if things to death. If I was the lawmaker in this scenario, I would probably do it where, yes, you could bid up to this number legally where the transaction can take place. Any payment above that number would not be consistent with the deal. So it would not. So, what's a better example? House is 400,000. It's what it appraises for. That's what the comps go for. And you list it for that number. And someone gives you an offer for 420. Another person comes in and says, I'll give you 425. And no inspection. Another person comes in and says, I'll do 450 cash, right? So the law would state that you can only go as high as the highest comp in your neighborhood, comparable to your square footage, right? So if someone was to buy your house and they're basically about to give you the value of your house being in optimum premium shape, that's the most you will get. And that controls the balance. So if someone tries to offer you more, it will not be accepted in the deal as the transaction. So in other words, if the house highest and best, you listed for 400, but top of the market, it was really worth 420. You can't get any higher than that, but you took the offer for 450. So $30,000 would be considered a side transaction, not related to the deal. The deal would close out at 420, taxes, title, insurance, all that great stuff. And that's it. That's how I would do it. What does that mean? Well, you still get paid the way you wanted to get paid. You're going to be taxed on that remaining 30,000 somehow, right? It would be a line item, but it would not change the purchase price of the house beyond what the market should reflect. That's what I would do. Everyone's happy. You saw the number. You got paid the way you wanted to get paid, right? Your house didn't exceed and inflate the market, right? It went at what it should have done. Imagine marginally if that happened across the board. I don't know. Just throw it out there. It's not an impossible thing, what I'm saying. Okay? Just think about it for a second. It's plausible, right? I think we could do it. But first of all, I'm a little dude. Not little in size, just little in, I don't have the kind of commanding power to be able to enforce a law and write the law and go nationwide with it. I'm just throwing out thoughts on how to control the economics locally and then nationally, right? That's just my idea. And I think it would work. I think it would be great. I think it would be a smart thing to control with the way things are going right now. Sadly, we have agents that are yes men and yes women telling people, I almost watched another accident. I cannot believe the way people are driving right now. Telling people, right, that they're going to list for their number. You know why? Because they want the listing. Because at the end of the day, even if it negotiates down or negotiates up, it's still a commission on standby for a future sale. And that's how they're looking at it. And that, to me, ethically is wrong, right? It's wrong. I get it. You want to ensure a future paycheck, but there's an ethics problem there. Ethics problem. Right. And that's what we are crossing right now as ethically people are selling their home to take advantage of the overpaying buyer. Right. So we have ethics all across the board. Morals are just getting stepped on right now. Right. So it's crazy because that's why I wanted to have this discussion today, because this is what I'm seeing become more and more prevalent as I'm watching the market and I'm participating, okay, in these deals. And, you want to be able to service your sellers and your buyers accordingly. And your hands are kind of tied because you want to, I inform my buyers, and you know what I tell them? I'm like, listen, don't think that this is going to continue like this. instead of looking at it like how much can I make or how much can I save, look at it like how can I prepare myself in the years to come when the changes happen. Be the squirrel that packs the tree with all the nuts because you know winter is coming. You know what I'm saying? Right now, people are just right now day to day with these deals, and then they got nowhere to go because the renters market is off the chain, right? Landlords are killing it. I mean, like, it is a bloodbath out there for rentals, right? And so these homeowners are like, I can't buy a house now because I sold my house, right? Yeah. Where are you going now? You know, you oversold, right? You oversold. And because you went real high in price, but then you want to beat up the seller that you are trying to buy from, right? You know you got more than you should have. You create a bidding war. Then you go to the seller because now you're the buyer and you say, I don't like it because they're asking for too much. And that house is smaller than the one I just sold. Yeah. Oh, hair of the dog that bit, huh? Got you right back. Come on. You know, like, can you sense my aggravation? I'm aggravated. All right. Well, you know, this is what's going to happen. And I think we're going to continue on this path. And yes, I do agree with FloridaRealtors.org and what they're saying here. I 100% wholeheartedly agree that this is going to continue. Seller expectations. Nearly half of today's prospective sellers want to take advantage of the current market and think they can make a profit of 45%, nearly doubling from the spring, which was 24%. Come on. Like, as I read deeper, it just caught my eye as I looked at and I pulled up seller expectations. I'm just going to scroll that up there. There it is right there. And it's like, come on, people. Right? When asked about current market impacts, 42% said they plan to list their property for more money than they think it's worth, and 29% will push for a quick close. Right? Compared to the spring, price range changes. Sellers with homes at the core of the market, 351 to 750, remain the same over March, which was 29%. However, more sellers plan to list in the 500 to 750 price range. More than 3/4, which is 77% of prospective sellers, would be willing to accept a lower offer to close quicker. I have seen that because they want their money really fast so that they can go do something else. Problem is they're not going to be able to buy for what they sold for. It's not happening. The market's not allowing that right now. This is the dirty game. Okay, how did we end this? For homeowners who do feel ready to sell, getting pricing right from the start is key to a fast and successful home sale in any market. I said that, right? I didn't even read this thing. I didn't pre-read this. I don't do that. I told you guys in the last live, okay? I don't pre-read it. I do that so you get the raw, what are my opinion, what are my thoughts, and my reactions from what they're saying. And in the off chance that I say something that is exactly right and consistent and they repeat it right there in closing, it's exactly what I told you. I can't express more and more about the fact that it is important to sharpen your tools. Be the reliable source for your sellers. Prove it to them. Show them the numbers. Show me the money, right? And they'll believe you. They will trust you, and you can guide them. And you want to bring them to reality. Address every elephant in the room. Hey, listen, I know you want to sell. So let's talk about this for a second. What I don't want to create is that you are the seller that sells and you get this bidding war for the highest and best, which is what you want, right? It's what we all want. But then you turn around and then when it's time to buy, you want to be the pinch and pennies guy, right? That's not right. Like you just beat someone up over it, and now you're trying to beat someone up for the lower. So you're trying to save and save. So you don't want to give what you just got, and that's kind of foul. You know what I mean? So, hey guys, that's just what I wanted to talk about today. On this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. It's gorgeous out. I can't express that enough. I'm gonna get out, go to the gym, do my daily rituals that I do. The gym is life. It's like brushing your teeth. It's required. Um, and what I require is that you like, subscribe, follow my Facebook, my YouTube, Twitter. I got Twitter. It's all the same. Justin R. Harris. It's either Justin R. Harris 00 on Instagram or just Justin R. Harris for Instagram. I'm sorry for I said that for Facebook and then for Twitter, right? Dude, I'm always getting into this stuff. This is what I do. I'm always bringing you the relevant investment knowledge. And I need those likes and those subscribes so I can grow this channel with all this great information and this amazing, amazing setting. Okay. Thank you guys for having fun with the dude. I see you. Hey, checking in. Enjoy your weekend and